Okay, so I've got this guy. I'm going to open it up in Photoshop. Okay, so I've got him in Photoshop. I'm going to get this down a little bit, and so I'm going to double click on this. I'm about to do something destructive, so make a copy. Let's do a levels adjustment on this.
What does the levels adjustment mean?
I'm just simplifying it. See how all the detail that I've got in the board? So Command L will give you that. Okay, and then just really quickly, I'm just going to take my lasso tool and I'm just going to cut this stuff out. And it's an animatic, so it doesn't matter how good this is because I'm just getting a basic sketch of an idea. And then, let me turn on my, okay, so we'll go Shift X, or sorry, Command X. And you want to label stuff. So this is forearm. Okay, and then I'm just going to zoom in here, and let's switch from our polygonal lasso to our lasso tool. Okay, and I'm just going to come around, and that is, I don't know what to call this part, so I always call it just thumb meat, which is probably weird, but. Okay, so each one of these, I'm just cutting it out. This is thumb middle. And cut it out again, and this is our thumb tip. Okay, and then we'll do our fingers here.
And what's the difference between doing this in Photoshop and on Illustrator doing the trace image?
Auto trace is fine, but it would just be a lot more complicated than it needs to be because they would all be vectors. And you can do that if you're more comfortable. Index 1.
So what's the difference between it being an image and a vector?
I won't have anchor points or paths. And so for what I'm doing for this type of animation, I'm just mostly going to do what we did with the skeleton where you have an anchor point and you're rotating things. And so I won't be needing a vector path as far as that goes, doing it with like shapes and anchor points that can change over time. I'm not doing any of that for this. Okay, and then these are the fingers that go down here.
Okay, this makes more sense. I thought you just like put the sketch into After Effects and you could just like animate it somehow.
Ah, the AI generation.
That's like magic.
You don't just push a button?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. And then let's get our fish here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these.
Don't put the pencil.
Yep. I'm going to take all of these and group them up together so that they're all in their own composition. It'll do that in Photoshop, but not in Illustrator, which is kind of annoying.
And on Photoshop, can you get like buried layers that
Yeah.
you put within a group?
Mm-hmm. And I can start, even before I get into After Effects, I can start kind of going in here like this and start assembling and getting my layer order correct. The forearm's going to be behind everything. And thumb. I'm going to put my thumb together as well. Or can we color these? Yeah. There we go. That'll be helpful. And then let's go index. Okay, and extra fingers. Okay, so let's hide these for right now. And this is the extra fingers. Hello, auto select layer. There we go, thank you. Those are way too small, so we'll make those bigger. Okay, and then we'll grab, this is the thumb mid. Put Put that there like that. And this is the thumb tip. Put that there like that. Okay, and those are, all three of those are way too small. So we're going to grab all of that and scale it up. Okay, and we're just playing with I don't know why I drew all these so small. We're just playing with where they are and the size that they are and how they move. And so really all I'm doing, yeah, I know it's in the same document. All I'm really doing here is getting a basic idea of what's going on. Okay, and that's all way too big now, so let's grab all three of those. Ooh, shrink that down like that. Okay. Okay, so then, yeah, that's good. Let's go grab our pencil. And we'll stick our pencil in there. Let's label it pencil. Label your layers because you won't be able to see them. Okay, so there's that. Let's do our fish. So we've got bubble. We'll have our main fish here. Fish. Have our lower jaw. Again, if you ever look at somebody's names, I was working with an illustrator or an animator at one point in time, and the names of his layers were hilarious. So he's a type of guy who does a lot of different characters in the background. A lot of people would just go in and they would just do character 1, character 2, character 3. He had like full on like backstories for every character, which is helpful because he was doing all the illustration of that project and I was doing all the animation. And so knowing that somebody was a recovering meth addict was like, oh, he's gonna have the shakes. I don't know. He is a very unique guy. So he actually does, on every animated short that he does a little book where he does little bios of every character that's in the short.
Wait, so when you took the picture of the whiteboard and you uploaded it into there, then how did you remove the vector?
I'll do that one more time. So with a whiteboard, it's easy. I just go like this. I press Command L, which brings up my layers, my levels adjustment. And the right side of this is your highlights, and the left side of this is your darks, and this is your midtone. And so I'm just going to smash my highlights so that there's no, you can see down at the bottom, see that shadow kind of going away? So I just don't need those highlights. So I just smash them like that, and then I can kind of move this around on how intense I want that to go, like that, and then you just press OK. Another thing that you can do is you can right-click and you can choose blending options, and you can blend like this. Let me put a layer underneath, solid color layer. So you can go like this, and you can right-click and go blending options, like that. And then you can just grab this, and it'll just start to drop out one side or the other side. But this isn't a Photoshop class. If you want that, you need to take COM 303 from me when I get finished writing that. Okay, so let's come back here. So this is our tail fin. This is our, I think that was our, I don't know what that's called, bottom fin. That's got a name that I don't know. Dorsal, skin, jaw, Okay, so we'll grab all these. I don't need these anymore. And these are our fish. And we will group them up, label it fish, and then we will turn everything on. And oh, I didn't check to see if my fish were all the right size. Are they just all on top of each other? Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Oh, good. Okay, there we go. And so that needs to be at the bottom. And then we'll go tail and bottom fin. Can't remember. It's got to be. I put my gill too far forward. We got tail. We got bottom fin. We got dorsal. And that's going to go behind the fish. And then we've got mouth skin flap is going to go there and behind the fish. And this is where I realized something that I did incorrectly. If he opens his mouth, I need to see that skin. So I'm actually going to go in to my fish here, and I'm going to delete this so I can kind of see that. So let's raise this up a little bit. Okay, so we'll see if I did that right. I might have to design this a little differently. And then that's going to be like that. This is, I'll turn this back on. Okay, so what I'm doing wrong here is I think what I need to do is this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut right along this edge so that I have two different layers in this fish. Because I think I'm going to have to manipulate that a little bit. Okay, I think everything else is good. And so we will save this. Call this fish hand. I probably don't have time to do both of them, but I'll start with the fish. And in case you think I'm cheating and not doing the hand, let me just show you something really fast. Quaker.com/animations. And here's a fish that I've animated. And you can see that the mouth opens. And he spits out a little bee. And here is a couple of hands that I've done. Kind of curious if you guys chose this specifically because you saw those two animations, or if it's just because it makes me look really good that I can have guessed, 2 years ago that you guys wanted to animate those two things. But you can kind of see, you can do like different little flips and stuff. I was trying to show you guys these before. Okay, really quick. We'll watch this first 3 seconds of this. Start to see the seams. Start to see the different layers. All right. Okay, let's come back over here.
All I can see is you going like this.
Me just bouncing back and forth, yeah.
Yeah.
After Effects. Okay, new project. File, import file, or Command I. Here and here. And composition between layer sizes, open. Merge this time, but you could leave it editable if you wanted to do that. Okay, so let's jump in and let's just open our fish here. So here's our fish layer. I can toggle my visibility on and off this little checkerboard down here. Okay, and I'm just going to grab this and I am going to link that to, let's put that behind, and I'm going to parent that to my fish. And then I don't need him around anymore, and so I can Shy Guy him, and now wherever I move my fish layer, that bottom fish jaw moves. Okay, and then let's grab this guy here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I don't know why I'm doing that way. Zoom in like this. Okay, so we'll come in here. Let's grab this guy. He's going to kind of open his jaw, so I'm going to move. And this is where I didn't design this correctly. So I'm going to have to change the shape. And these are the types of things that I want you to kind of realize as you're doing. So this is probably going to be like that, and then bigger. And probably hinge down more like here. Okay, let's see how that works. That looks all right. Okay, and then let's find our bubble. Okay, and our bubble is going to animate really easily. So I'm just going to go in here like this, and I'm going to go position, and I'm going to right click, separate dimensions, so that I can just go from here, turn that on, up, and off the screen. Okay, and so now that bubble just goes up like that. We're going to slow that down a little bit. Bubble, good. And then I'm going to go Y position, Alt click, wiggle. Ooh, 345, I'm guessing. And then he just, whoop. All right, let's go a little bit more than that. Let's go 75. Okay, and then, whoop, good. Okay, that looks good. So then I'm just going to Command D, duplicate, 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 duplicate. And then I'm going to take all these, and I'm going to press Command, Option, and then stagger them. And then I'll come over here and go, bubbles. Okay, I'm going to undo that because I just thought of something. I'm going to go Scale here, turn this on and have it be very small. And then we'll get bigger there. Okay, let's go even smaller. Let's just go to nothing. Zoop, great. And then we're going to go back to position. And I'm just going to start this, turn this on, start this over here like this, and then over here, move it over. And I want that to be a little bit smoother, so I'm going to right-click, Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Smooth that out. I'm going to take this guy here. Let's spread him out like that. Let's get out our Convert Anchor Point tool. No? I'm not going to be able to do that? Oh, because I have two selected. I just want this one. It's not going to let me do it. All right, that's fine. Good. So now I'm going to, now that I have that where I want it, now I'm going to Command D a bunch of times. And then I will grab here, Command, Option, stagger them, and we've got bubbles. Great. Okay, and now that we've got that, let's pretend like that's the timing we want. And so the mouth needs to open here. So let's go rotation. We'll turn this on, and he will open his mouth. If I do the right thing here, I'm going to just quit screwing this up. Did I just mess up the bubble? No, the bubble's still good. You go away. You come with me. And let's zoom in so you can see what we're doing here. So we're going to start closed, and then we will open. And then as that comes out, we will close again. Okay, and now we need to see if we can line this up. So let's, oops, wrong button. Let's zoom out here. Okay, and I need that. I need that to line up with this so that we have a loop there. And then I can go Option click, loop out, cycle. And so now he opens his mouth and releases bubbles. That's great. Okay, I'm going to take all of these bubbles and I'm going to parent them to my fish. Parent my jaw to my fish. Probably parent everything to my fish. So let's go like this. He's the guy that's getting parented. Okay, tail fin. Zoom out again. Okay, we need to move our anchor point here. Bring this guy down like that. And just for speed's sake here, I'm going to add a wiggle expression, and I'm going to go twice a second, rotate, I don't know, 25 degrees, 20 degrees. Let's see how that works.
If you wanted it to wiggle this way instead of this way.
Okay, then if you wanted to do that, then what you could do is you could go like this and turn this into a 3D layer. And then you could have it rotate back and forth like this. So I'm going to put a, how much was that? 50 degrees? Okay, so let's go back to 0. And we'll go Option click, wiggle, and let's go 350. That might be a little fast. 3 is a little fast, so let's go 1, and let's make this 70. That's going to be a pretty extreme one, but that's okay. I feel like it's not going 70 degrees. You know what I'm going to do is get rid of this, and I'm just going to go like this, and we'll just go rotate from that side to this side, and then loop out, ping pong. So now it just goes back and forth. And then we'll take these and we will easy ease.
To get to easy, you just right click, right?
Yeah, you just right click. And then we'll go up and down a little bit here. And so we'll go wiggle. And let's go 3 times a second, move 45 degrees. Good, okay. And then this guy here is going to rotate. So Y, this is going to rotate up here like this. This is going to come down here like that. Okay, and I want that to wiggle in the same way. So bottom fin, let's go R, and here to there. And so that'll just go up and down like that. And then skin flap here, kind of like this. And then dorsal fin like this and like that. And let's go. I should have been doing all these while I was going. So all of this, let's just grab all of these guys and not the fish. And then everybody's parented to the fish. Okay. And then dorsal fin, rotation. And let's go here and just go down and back up, copy paste, and loop out. Ping pong. Is that everything there? Good. And then we can take our fish and we can go to position, separate dimensions, and we'll go Y position, wiggle on that, and let's go 0.5, 250. So it moves really slowly up and down. And then we'll go X position, be off to the left. And then over here, be all the way across. And then we've got, and I'm going to put a little, why does that jump? What am I doing wrong here? 2, oh no. You go away. There we go, that's much better. Okay, and let's put a little bit of rotation on there. So we can go, there's probably a way if I thought about this more to get when he goes up, the rotation goes up, and when he goes down, the rotation goes down, but I'm not going to do that right now. So let's go 320. 20 is way too much. 5. Hello. My goodness. 5. There we go. Okay. So there's that, and I can wrap this whole thing up, and I can go, let's make a new composition. We'll call this main. Okay, and I can drag my fish animation into that, and then I can do whatever I want with it, right? I can take it like this and have it kind of go by like that, and then I can say, oh, that's too small. Like, let's kind of come in like this, right? And then I can repeat it. So if he goes off to the side here like that, then I can Command-Shift-D, delete, take this, Command-D, left bracket, and it'll just repeat. Okay, and then it'll go again. Or I could have multiple fish doing this by having this guy come on and then this guy come on like that. And I'm going to move him a little bit higher like this. And let's go to Effects and Presets and go Hue Saturation. I'll drag this down here like this. And this guy is red. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
How did you change the colors?
So if you go to your Effects and Presets, one of the things that you can do is you can drag any of these effects onto there. And so I just search for hue, because there's a hue saturation effect under color correction. And then you drag that down, and then it'll bring this up here so you can kind of color everything. So if I wanted, like, if I didn't want white, then I could go colorize and saturation a lot, and then darkness a little bit like that. I could shift this over. So yeah, you can color things like that. Go ahead, you don't have to raise your hand.
Okay, how do you change one part of the colors but not the other part of
You drag it onto different layers. So if I came in here like this and I just wanted to have like just the tail be a different color, then I just drag it onto the tail, and then I could change the tail color. But
I'm meaning more like the outline versus the white, not the full object.
what do you mean? I'm sorry, I don't follow.
If you drag it onto the tail as an object, how are you only changing the outline versus the white?
Just because the white is too bright to change, but if I darken it, then it does change the rest of it. So if I do colorize and then I go and I darken this, then the rest of it will change. But because it's a pure white, it just doesn't shift in hue because white doesn't have hue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Yep.
Since we'll be doing similar animations, what it'll actually look like, is there a way after we complete our assets to apply the same directions to a different file? Like on Photoshop?
Yes.
Copy.
Yep. So if we go to Illustrator, and let's open up a new file, and let's make ourselves, oh my goodness, every time. Teaching a social media class, this is how you make a seamless carousel. Just line up a bunch of artboards. Okay. So here we go. All right, so come in here, and let's go, and we'll make ourselves a little bubble. And increase the weight of this bubble, and let's change this to be a little bit and we'll add a little highlight. Let's do copy, paste in front, shrink down, be that. Come over here like this. Give me, fine. You go away, and you go away, and you be white with no stroke. And bubble, and save as a bubble. and save and come over here to After Effects and go into Fish. Command I or File Import File, single click, composition retain layer sizes, click Open. Take this bubble and we'll do just, oh no, there we go. I just want the layer. So take this layer and I'm going to take this bubble right here. And if I'm remembering correctly, I hold Option while I Alt click and drag and it replaces it like that, which won't do anything to the rest of them. So let's go each time. I guess I could have like made this an instance or something, but I didn't. So we'll just Alt click and drag, select.
You select all the bubbles and then.
No, I've never done that. Let's try it. Hey, look at that. There we go. All right, and then we have bubbles that are way too small. Let's see if this breaks it. Did it save? Save. Come over. Hold on.
They did get bigger.
They did get bigger, just not big enough. Okay, hold on.
Okay, it's too small.
Now I'm really going to mess with this because I'm going to mess with the artboard. This is totally going to screw it up. Yeah, it clips it. So let's replace footage with file with bubble file.
Pull like sketch animation and then replace all of the sketches with your actual.
I don't recommend it, but yes, you can. Yeah.
It'd have to be good enough, right?
It depends. It depends, but yeah, you could. So, cool. 9 minutes. What can I show you? What's going to be helpful? Yeah.
When we're uploading the animatics to Slack, how do you want us to do that?
Yeah, upload it to YouTube or Vimeo or something like that, and then just a link, because it's going to be too big to kind of upload the video itself. I'm going to say that a few times because we don't do video in this class a lot, so I don't want your videos. Don't give me an MP4. Don't give me an MOV. Don't give me a whatever, MOG or anything else. I just want a URL to a listed video. So it can be unlisted or public, but not private, okay? And then I can see it. Otherwise, it's just downloading like 20 gigs worth of 3-second video files, which is really annoying. So, okay. Other questions? Let's throw some water on here. So let's do tool create shape. And let's go no stroke. Give me a fill. Make that fill blue. And let's throw that to the bottom. And then let's put a wave on it. So we'll go wave warp. Then we'll make that wave height really high and width really wide. And then it goes like this. And then let's add another wave warp. Duplicate that wave warp, change the angle a little bit, and change the speed slightly. Whoop. And then got some random water. Zoom in on this slightly. So, yeah. Cool. Okay. What else can I show you? Let's watch another cartoon.
Or do you want to show us the hand?
The hand is just going to be the skeleton. It's just going to be a bunch of joints on that type of thing. Let's play a game. Have we talked about this one?
No.
Okay. How many different hamburgers are there? Or how many different layers make up this hamburger?
It's more.
I can't slow down Vimeo, unfortunately, but that should give you a hint. I love that. That's my favorite sound as a teacher. You have the layer that's in front of the teeth, the layer that's behind the teeth, and then the layer that's not being bitten. Right? And so you can kind of see right here.
Is the layer not being bitten just the whole sandwich, but like cut down? Or?
Yeah, so what you'll see is I'm just masking it, or a track mat. So you can see it's just a little mask that just kind of closes in on it. And you'll see really quick here, no, play. You'll see the line show up as he's biting, the line on the edge of that bite. It's kind of a little bit of a jump cut right on that edge. Right there. Okay, something like this. I did this during church a few years ago on my iPad. This is all hand-drawn. And so this is considered traditional animation because every frame is a new drawing. There's a couple things like the eye where I took it into After Effects and kind of did stuff. But
How many church sessions did it take you?
I did this in one sacrament meeting.
That's a long sacrament meeting.
Just an hour.
Just an hour. Did you use After Effects to animate it?
I did use After Effects, but I used Fresco. Fresco's got some animation timeline on the iPad.
Ooh, I want to see the whole band.
Okay, yep. Let me pause my recording here in case this.